Before colonization, Africa produced everything we consumed. Every tool, every medicine, every hairstyle, every house, every shoe, every plate, roof, seed, drum, cloth, boat, name. Every part of life came from our hands, our genius, our land. We were never a people waiting for civilization to arrive. We were civilization. Our food grew in gardens that never knew chemicals. Our houses stood for 100 years without cement. Our children were born with midwives whose knowledge rivaled modern science. Our bodies were healed by leaves so powerful, the world is only now rediscovering them. Even our pest control, simple ash, bitter herbs, and companion crops, was centuries ahead of today. Everything we touched came from our environment and returned back to it. Nothing wasted, nothing borrowed, nothing imported. So, what happened? How did a continent that once produced everything become a continent that imports almost everything? This is the story of memory, interruption, and awakening. We planted our own seeds, millet, sorghum, indigenous maize, yams, sweet potatoes, beans of many varieties. Seed owning and saving was a family tradition, a food system independence. Meals came straight from soil to pot. No additives, no chemicals. And the daily work of life, walking, farming, carrying loads, kept bodies naturally strong. Fitness was simply built into survival. Africa kept its crops alive with methods the world is only now rediscovering. Ash from cooking fires sprinkled on crops kept weevils, aphids, and worms away, while enriching the soil. Neem leaves crushed into liquid became one of the most effective natural pesticides in the world. And Africa practiced companion cropping, planting crops side by side so they protect each other. We did not fight nature, we partnered with it. Our medicine did not arrive in bottles and pills. It grew around us. Aloe for wounds, moringa for strength, baobab for immunity, roots and barks for fever, steam, smoke, and herbs for breathing problems. Herbalists were scientists without degrees, yet their knowledge treated our people for centuries. Every community had midwives, women who knew how to deliver life safely. They used oils, herbs, massage, and songs to guide childbirth. They managed breech birth. Bone setters reset fractures with bamboo splints, leather straps, herbal salves, and steady hands. Their methods were not crude. They were ancestral science. Before global brands existed, Africans made their own beauty. Shea butter, cocoa butter, cow fat infused with herbs, black soap from plantain ash, clay masks, red ochre for shine and sun protection. Everything was natural. Everything was purposeful. We spun cotton and bark into kente, aso-oke, and bark cloth, tanned leather into sandals, stitched garments decorated with beads, shells, and thread. Clothing was not just to cover the body, it told your story, your people, and your place. Clay pots were shaped by hand, fired in open kilns, and used for cooking, fermenting, cooling water, and sacred rituals. Carved from wood, clay, bone, stone, and horn, our art carried the soul of the community. Children made toys from banana fiber, clay, wire, seeds, gourds. Dolls taught them motherhood. Toy cars taught engineering. Mock tools taught responsibility. Play was the first school. Can you imagine a time when a child's toy was made from wire and not plastic from another continent? Africa mastered metal long before many nations. Iron smelting in Tanzania and Nigeria, blacksmith guilds across East and West Africa, copper, bronze, steel, and gold for tools, weapons, jewelry, and farming. These weren't primitive workshops, they were industrial hubs. Africans traded across deserts, forests, and oceans, trans-Saharan caravans, Great Lakes routes, Swahili inland trade, dhows sailing the Indian Ocean long before Europe built ocean-worthy ships. Trade was the heartbeat of the continent. But today, we import what our ancestors once made with their bare hands. We import toys and baskets, clothes and pots, even the simplest things we once created with joy. What happened to that spirit of creation? What happened to our workshops, our furnaces, our looms? Maybe we forgot. Or maybe we were made to forget. But deep within us, that same genius still lives. The same African hands that shaped iron and gold can shape machines today. The same creativity that wove baskets and toys can design factories, textiles, and technology again. If we did it then, we can do it again. Africa can manufacture again. Africa can rise, not as a consumer, but as a creator. Let's build again. Let's make again. Let's manufacture again. The producer is awakening again. And when a people remember that they once made everything they consumed, they remember that they were never behind. They were simply interrupted. If this episode opened your eyes even a little, then imagine what happens when millions rediscover this truth. If you want more deep, honest, beautifully revealing stories, subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who needs to remember who we were and who we can be again. Because the story of Africa is not over, it's restarting.